Greetings everybody from the eBay campus here in San Jose, California. It's a nice sunny day. My name is Chad Wehrmaker. Some of you may have seen my picture or some of my postings on the forums. For those of you who did see those, you know I've recently taken over managing the eBay Partner Network from Will Martingale, who is moving over to a different side of the Internet Marketing Group. I'm really excited about the new role, and I'm really excited to be here. I think one of the first things I wanted to do was just this. I wanted to start a new form of communication to all of you. We thought doing a video cast or a series of video casts might be a really fun and interesting way to sort of get some messages out to you all that maybe otherwise we haven't gotten out in a different medium like the blog or like the forums themselves or even via customer service. So hopefully this thing will have legs, and it'll be you'll find it interesting and educational and maybe fun. I don't know if you guys will find this fun per se, but anyway, so that's the idea. So this is the first one. It's just me. I think most of the time I'm going to try and have guests, and I'm going to try and have interviews with people to make it a little bit more of a dialogue, so you all can not just listen to me talk for 5 or 6 minutes, but to actually have some other folks chime in with their thoughts. So for this particular one, I really wanted to just say hello, introduce the concept, give you guys kind of the why we're doing it. And then there are a couple of areas I'll get into real quick that I think would be effective, and are timely right now. So just a few areas. We released quality click pricing 6 months ago, around 6 months ago, and I think it's been generally well received, and I think it's been interesting. I think most folks know that this isn't the normal way that affiliate programs are compensated for, and I think we've got a lot of questions, and we've had a lot of folks wanting more answers than maybe we were willing to provide. And I think I just wanted to kind of address that right away out of the gate. This is not something we can't print the formula for everybody to see how it works. That's not going to happen. And even beyond that, I would say our goal was never to have folks trying to optimize for a formula. The goal is to optimize for driving good traffic to eBay, right? That sounds very generic, and I think some people have kind of criticized us for saying that. I think the reality is we did not create a behind the scenes, behind the curtain kind of system that is intending to, there's no conspiracy going on here. We're not trying to do something malicious to anyone. We are literally trying to make a better assessment on a click-by-click basis of the value of the traffic. Some folks are going to drive higher quality traffic. Some folks are going to drive lower quality traffic. And we're going to try and make the algorithm fair. And even in the future, we're going to try and evaluate other forms of inherent attribution of traffic, right? So without getting any more detail, that's kind of something I just wanted to lay out there. You can keep asking about specific questions about QCP, that's fine. But when you get into asking about, well, how does the algorithm work, we're just not going to entertain those sorts of questions going forward. So I'll leave it at that. We will, on that same note, as far as transparency goes, we will continue to try and refine the message to make it easier for you to at least understand conceptually what we mean when we talk about short and long-term value. There are multiple components to all of this, so it's not as easy as you might think, but in terms of understanding it, but it is a formula. So we'll try and give you as much as we can. On another front, the customer service and general communications. So I think on this front, it's an area I think we need to improve on. I've seen the comments on the boards about customer service lacking in some areas. I think there are probably cases where we haven't performed properly here. I think there's improvements we need to make, and we've been looking at this for a little while. So we should be making improvements in that area. I would stop short, though, of saying that our customer service is a problem. I actually think our customer service does a really good job overall. We get a lot of questions, and we try and handle those questions the best way we can. And I think that some of the questions we get are pretty complex. We get a lot of detailed questions that could take the entire team down, my entire team down, for extended periods of time, just trying to answer the questions. And at a certain point, we have to make trade-offs. So I think all of that said about customer service, I think we are going to continue to try and work on improving this, and hopefully it'll get better for more of you out there. I also wanted to touch on an interesting development that came up recently. Will and I actually went out to Boston in April and sat in on a class where Professor Ben Edelman was teaching a case study based upon the eBay Partner Network last 3 years. So it was just very interesting. So first of all, you should maybe look it up. I think you can purchase the case online. I think it's hbs.edu, or you could probably find it on Google. It's a 3-part case study that started with the decision for us to bring the program in-house. That's case A. Case B is the value-based ACRU pricing enhancement, and then the case C is actually about quality click pricing. So I think it was fascinating just to be part of that discussion in the room with the students and with the professor discussing the case. Will and I got to say a few words, but for me the more interesting part of it was just realizing that the work we've been doing for the last 3 years is kind of interesting enough to be a case study. I think that said, to me it's not an academic exercise. It's the reality of what we've been living through for the last 3 years. There are like I said before, there are lots of challenges with what we've been doing, but overall I think it's just really interesting to see people discussing some of the same things that we had to tackle all along the way. So, but check it out, it's out there, and I think you might find it interesting as well. The last thing I'll leave you with is I wanted to try and do in each of these series, each of these particular spots, a stat of the day, or leave you with a stat of the day. So the stat of the day today is on EPN there is a commissionable event every second. So every second of every day, on average, we are paying for an event that one of you all drives. I think that's pretty. That speaks to the sort of size of the program. It speaks to the number of you out there who are working on our behalf, and we absolutely love it, and it's going really well. So look for more of these in the future. I hope you enjoyed this first one, and talk to you soon. Bye.